5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's going on, world? This is Fabian with Revolution Entertainment, and we're here with Josh in Davis. Josh, can you tell the public a little bit about you guys' foundation and everything with Bernie Sanders? It's a little bit too much for me to digest and everything, process. But
well, there's a lot going on. I'm one of the co-founders of Davis for Bernie Sanders, and a friend of mine and I, we started it in May of 2015. A lot of volunteers, maybe 200, maybe more now. It's hard to keep track of. We've been doing a lot.
So what's the update with Bernie Sanders and everything, state to state, especially after what happened out in Arizona?
Right. Well, okay, so Arizona was a total fiasco. I was watching a lot of the interviews of the people who had experienced that. Some people were saying hours, like 6 hours. One guy said he bought pizza twice.
Yes, people are online. I've seen footage of it too. We'll probably show you guys in a few seconds.
I guess in 2008, I think this is right, they had 400 places to vote in that Maricopa County, right? And this year they only had 60. Clearly just trying to disenfranchise, keep people from voting, making it super hard. They have to go to another city or something.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
Exactly. So we want to educate you guys about the register to vote and exactly where you guys can go online to actually check that out, which is registertovote.ca.gov. And then you can Google that to check if you're still registered to vote, because we don't want that happening out here in California. All right?
You can do it. You can do it up to 15 days before the primary, which is June 7th. So do it like 20 days before June 7th. It's pretty soon, though.
Yes, it's only going to take like 5 minutes or so from what it looks like. And all right, Josh. So why are people feeling the burn?
Well, let's see. He's saying public college should be free, just like high school. It's not really that complicated. There are a lot of other things too. You know, he wants to make it so everyone can have Medicare and, you know, have free health care that way. So 70, all those, you can look at all these, I mean, there are sheets.
Statistics and everything, paperwork that you can look up.
70% of the population of the United States believes in the things that Bernie is saying. They already believed it. He saw that. They did polls. He saw that. He said, I'm running for president because I've been saying that for 40 years. So now, the thing is, it's not only him, just like he says, it's us, it's all of us. The people in the country, we say like, well, yeah, it makes sense that everyone should have health care. If you work in a restaurant or whatever, why would people want to go eat at a restaurant when people are sick in the back? That's the only people that don't want these things is the 1%, because they just want to take money from everybody. They can never get enough.
Okay, Josh, talk a little bit about the plans that you guys have planned for the future and everything, and you guys
Here's one thing: we're getting a hold of the Superdelegates, which is not a democratic thing. I mean, there was this guy, Howard Dean. He's from Maine. Someone asked him, "Why aren't you switching?" Bernie won huge in Maine, right? Why aren't you switching to support Bernie? Will of the people. The government derives its just powers from the will of the people. If the will of the people say something, then the representatives have to do it, or else they are not being a government. They're not being the U.S. government, right? So the superdelegates are kind of they're very against democracy. So Howard Dean, someone said, why aren't you switching? He said, I don't represent the people. Superdelegates don't represent the people. Well, then what are they, kings?
I know.
What is that? It's wrong. Okay, so we try to convince superdelegates it would be really good if they don't want to lose in the next election to switch to the person who's winning.
From my understanding is the superdelegates are here to squash the grassroots movement. So it depends. It really depends on us to get out there and register to vote and just get out there in the streets and get ourselves hurt.
Just like anybody out there can help, right? The campaign, the Bernie campaign, just help.
So if you've been asleep and you haven't been watching the people out there marching in cities, you gotta wake up. It's happening right now. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here, because this is a grassroots movement.
If we get out in massive numbers, they can't ignore us. You know, and that's really what it's going to take to help pull our country away from corporations running everything and paying people too little and, you know, making our lives tough and having all these wars. You know, they make money on all this stuff, and they want to make that, they want to get all that money. Yeah. They don't want to give up easily, and they won't.
Trying to give up power.
They don't. Who would do that? Right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. That's up to us to get out there and register ourselves to vote and practice our democracy, all right? This can't be done alone. We're out here in Davis at the farmer's market.
This country, society itself is failing.